Welcome to Sherlock Holmes and the Vanishing Thread. This is Chapter 15, titled The Measure of Silence, the final chapter of this original Sherlock Holmes mystery, written by A.D. Graham, and narrated using an AI voice. Settle in now, as this case draws to its close. Chapter 15, The Measure of Silence. Weeks passed and London returned to its habitual distractions with admirable efficiency. The affair of the vanished seamstress faded from conversation, replaced by fresher scandals and louder crimes. Holmes spoke of it only once more. "Violence," he said, seated by the fire with his fingers steepled, "announces itself. It demands attention. But crimes of concealment thrive in quiet." "You believe silence more dangerous?" I asked. "Far more," Holmes replied. "It allows men to imagine themselves safe." He rose and paced slowly, his movements measured and deliberate. "Threadgill's clients believed secrecy made them powerful," he continued. "They were mistaken. Secrecy merely delays consequence." I watched him as he stopped before the mantel, where a small box now stood, empty, save for a faint red stain at its base. "The thread," Holmes said softly, "was never the crime. It was only the measure." "And of what?" I asked. "Of how tightly men bind themselves," Holmes replied, "and how desperately they fear being unbound." That evening, Holmes played his violin long into the night. The melody was restrained, thoughtful, and touched with something approaching regret. At last he set the instrument aside. "The game," he said quietly, "is remembered not by its noise, but by its silence." Outside, the fog rolled through Baker Street once more, indifferent as ever. You have just listened to Chapter 15, the final chapter of Sherlock Holmes and the Vanishing Thread by A.D. Graham. Thank you for listening to this story. If you would like the closing reflection, continue on to the epilogue, titled The Game Remembered. And if you enjoyed this mystery, please like, subscribe, and keep the playlist saved so you can return for future stories. Until then, the game is afoot.